All right, Justice League. Saw it last week. What'd you think?
Too many plot holes.
Too many plot holes because of from a continuity standpoint with BVS or what?
Not even that. This movie created its own plot holes. The first one that stands out is obviously Superman comes back, right? Spoiler. Superman comes back. How are they going to explain Clark Kent coming back from the dead?
Secret identities, you're right. To a certain degree, a little bit. You know, there's some, but I'm looking at it from continuity. There's some parts that were just, you go from a freaking, of how dark BVS was and, you know, all of that. And then you go into a completely different tone of movie, which is fine, and I get it. But the thing is that, you know, with like, let's just say with Marvel, all right, they build it up, and build it up until now, you know, it's gonna finish with freaking Infinity War. This one did not. This one did not really do that.
Yeah, they tried catching up. They were like, okay, we're behind the 8 ball. We're just gonna, and I understand we don't really need an origin story on everyone, right?
No, you don't.
We don't.
You got one from Superman.
Yeah.
You have not gotten one from Batman because you don't really need one because they kind of threw that in there inside of BVS.
Correct.
You don't need one from Wonder Woman. So I mean, Flash. Come on, you don't really need one from Flash.
Well, okay. So let's talk about the Flash for just a moment.
All right, go ahead.
So Bruce Wayne enters. He's looking for him, right? He goes to his home, and he walks in. He's exploring, and there's this suit. Right, and he's all like, "This is really expensive. This is, you know, for what NASA's."
Well, wasn't he on Star? He was part of Star Labs, though. Didn't they create all that there? If you would have had the origin story, I bet you would have seen that from Star Labs, and he would have gotten.
Thank you for proving my point. If we would have
coming soon.
Yeah. If we had an origin story,
if you had to, I mean, come on, you don't really need to. I mean, you already know.
So I'm just saying. These are all these little plot holes where I kept thinking like, okay, they're gonna explain why this kid who's not a superhero, he's just fast, and he said all I've ever really done is push people, right?
Right.
So I'm focusing on the Flash, right? We're going to focus on each one. Why this movie just didn't sit well with me. There's too many plot holes. So he's afraid of everything, right? He's like, oh, I'm really afraid of needles. I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid of that, right? And these the parademons, they feed off fear. So wouldn't they have attacked him first? Wouldn't they have been able to sniff somebody out? Because even when they go and they're going in and they're going to rescue the people who the parademons.
He's not even near. He's not even near the people.
They were looking around the corner.
The parademons, yeah.
They were looking around the corner, and he's all like, "I gotta pump myself. I'm so scared."
Well, maybe that's why they were looking like, "Hey, I smell something. That's my fear over here. What's going on?"
Smell something, man. You smell something?
I definitely smell something in my hair.
I smell pussy.
but you got Batman's covering them, so they can't see past the cowl and all this, you know, right here. So, you know, they can't really see who's fearing. Hey, what's going on over there?
You know,
look, you're reading too much into it, in all honesty.
I'm not.
If you look at it just to have a fun movie with these heroes in it, it was a freaking good movie.
I had to pay a lot to see this movie. I want to critique.
So did I. It was a really good movie. I thought it was really good. Compared to Avengers, which is pretty much Avengers.
No, it's nowhere near on the level of Avengers.
Really? The Shatari and the Parademons.
No, I'm talking about the quality of the movie.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
They copied so much. They copied so much.
It was Joss Whedon. He's the one that and you know what? That's what hurt it.
There was too many hands in this.
There was too much.
There was too much hanging off.
Not as bad as Suicide Squad, where the freaking shifts in tones were like so obvious. This one was different. This one, you know, you really, they're very subtle, very subtle. It really does look like two movies, but they did integrate it pretty good with the reshoots and all that stuff, which I'll just say right now, from Mustache Gate, awful. The CGI was bad. When he was in the cornfield or the field and all that, talking to Lois, you can just see all the green screen. It was really bad. There are some scenes that are suspect, yes, but this is a Superman that I wanted. This is a Superman that was
tell you what I did.
As close to Christopher Reeve, and the freaking callback of him saying, "Do you bleed?" to Batman was awesome. That was a great line. It was a great callback. It was better. It was not better than Avengers, but I thought it was better than Age of Ultron.
No way. No way.
Yeah. Come on, get your damn man.
The majority of the people feel it. All the critics feel the same way too.
Critics, really? Critics hate it. Okay, let me see. Crit hates turtles. They hate turtles. I love turtles.
What do you like? Crappy movies, apparently.
You don't hate.
You don't hate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So, okay. Another thing that really annoyed me with the movie was, dang it, Aquaman.
I kept seeing Roman Reigns.
It's just he was hardly in this movie. Like, he didn't have that much. His character didn't bring anything.
Okay.
What did his character bring to the film?
All right, let me ask you this.
What does his character bring to his film besides the filler?
What did Thor?
Badassery.
What did Thor bring? Because this version of Aquaman and Thor are basically the same character, in my opinion.
That's exactly what I told Terrence.
Okay.
That's exactly what I told Terrence.
But how much of Thor did you really have in Ultron?
Not much.
Exactly.
And
so this is kind of equivalent to that.
Yeah. But they didn't have this broad. They had more characters in Avengers, and you knew more because they spent their whole time building things up.
Right.
This movie was like, how many minutes was it? 130?
It was 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah, 130.
Yeah, something.
Let's do the math.
Yeah, whatever.
130.
It's called math.
Kids, you will use this.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead. Prove your point.
All right. So he was just a filler in there. It's like, all these guys are like, hey, we want you to join. No, I don't want to do it. No, we really want you to join. Okay, I'm going to do it.
So what you're saying is that he played the Batman role because Batman really does not want to be part of the Justice League.
Yeah,
in reality, Batman.
Cyborg, we really want you to join. No, I don't want to do it. Cyborg, we really need you to join. All right,
all right. I'll go.
Let me show you Wonder Woman.
All right, I'm in.
Let me show you Wonder Woman. All right, I'm in.
Oh, Cyborg was another one. Okay, so in the post-credit scenes, right? Or no, not even in the post-credit scenes. In the scenes where they're talking about the superheroes, right?
And they had the logo when she gets in there, and they show him being
in BVS, right?
And Dyson is still making Terminators.
He's still making Terminators.
He's
from Skynet.
That's the same thing that I thought.
That's the same guy.
Yeah, it's like, well, he just had a kid.
Dyson.
That's the kid. That's the kid from.
I thought you died, Dyson.
Yeah, the little kid grew up.
And you messed him up too.
So he in the scenes, right? They show him where it's the mother box activates and it puts them together, right? And
the 3 Tesseracts.
Another Avengers.
So this guy, right, in the movie is. They're explaining about the mother boxes, and they're like, "Oh, this didn't activate until Superman died. It stayed inactive till Superman died, and then it became active."
Why?
Because of the Hope. Because Hope died.
But
it's a metaphor, I guess.
Itself, they just proved a point. It's Hope died. No, where was the hope? They had no hope before Superman even arrived, right?
That's a good point.
Yeah, so it's like this all their little points that they're saying, they just rushed the film out without actually thinking, how is this really going to tie together? Why does Steppenwolf have to come?
Okay, let's talk about Steppenwolf. What did you think of Steppenwolf as a villain?
Oh my God, horrible.
Bad CGI!
Yeah.
That was bad CGI.
That was horrible CGI.
It was not that bad.
No, it was horrible.
No, that wasn't that bad. It was that
bad. I thought he was all right. He was an okay villain. You name me the best villain in both universes right now. Who's the best villain in both universes?
Right now, it's still Loki.
Yeah, that's it. One. Out of all those freaking movies, one.
You got Kingpin, you got Ultron. Kingpin did not suck.
What Kingpin? What are you talking about? That's not canon.
Wait, Netflix Marvel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, D'Onofrio, yes, but I'm talking about. I thought you were talking about Michael Clark Duncan and when he was Kingpin. Like, what? That's not canon.
No, Ultron. You don't like Ultron?
No, I did not.
I thought you were talking about Penn King, the guy down the street. That fool owes me some money.
Like Winter Soldier?
Yeah, okay, fine.
Bucky Barnes was.
You didn't like Iron Man? Because he was the villain of that movie.
Oh man.
Either way,
no, we got tons of good villains.
Either way,
so look. Let me ask you this. How many fans out there really know who Steppenwolf is?
Nobody.
You got a B-level villain.
Yeah, just like you had a B-level villain in Guardians, in the first Guardians. And even in Thor: The Dark World, Malekith or whatever. Ronan. Yeah. So
that was a B. That was a B.
Yeah. So I mean, that you're gonna have that kind of an issue on both sides.
Yeah, but
now,
they're rushing it. They're rushing. They rushed it.
It doesn't matter. What's true, but what's funny is that. And it sucks because you say all this about the comparisons, how much it was the Avengers and all that, but most of the
you said that.
Okay, well whatever. Most of the heroes mirror each other anyway. Like
They do.
Batman is Tony Stark, freaking Aquaman is Thor, Hulk is Hulk.
Smash.
So yeah, Hulk is Smash. So
I'll tell you what I do. I'll tell you what I did like about the movie. This showcased how badass Superman really is.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. That's what I'm talking about. That they gave us the Superman we needed.
Yeah. When he takes on the Justice League, right? When he takes on Wonder Woman, what's his name? Cyborg and Aquaman, the three of them, right?
When he takes on Skynet.
And then the Flash is running around behind him,
and he still sees him.
And he sees him. The look on the Flash's face, on Ezra Miller's face, was like
Justin Long too.
He played that scene was really good because I like the Flash, what he brought to the movie. I don't like how they portrayed him in the movie, but I like what he brought to it. He brought the levity. But that scene where his face, where he just sees Superman's eyes move towards him, and he's all like,
"Oh." I thought it was,
his.
That's what I'm talking about.
His facial expression.
And then the race, when they're racing, when he catches up, he calls him slow poke. That too. That was hilarious. This is just a lot of good scenes in there. It's not perfect. No, it is not. I agree with you. It's not a perfect movie.
Yeah.
But for what it is, which is a superhero beating up, freaking vampire bats or whatever the hell they're at, whatever the hell they are, it was good. Well, real quick, there were times where I saw Nolan. I saw Snyder, but I heard Tim Burton. Now, I like how they did the music and all that.
My heart felt this, my mind said this, but my ears heard something else.
But, the villains or the terrorists going up the stairs before they fight Wonder Woman, and they had that really goofy Tim Burton type of music, it kind of threw me off a little bit. And for our good buddy Matt out there, he made an awesome point. There was a scene with Steppenwolf, and the music they were playing for the scene was really just not good music. If they would have changed up the music, which I believe somebody already edited the sound and all that stuff on it, it made Steppenwolf even, real, a threat, or bigger threat by the music. So there were some scenes, I guess they said that the music was making the
Hey, where was that scene?
Weaker.
Where was that scene where we saw where Alfred was working on the car or something?
Yeah.
And then it's like
they cut that.
Yeah. Obviously. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Obvious, on that one.
It was like that scene was missing because they cut it out.
Yeah, but that was, we've been waiting for you. Okay, so here's the deal.
Hey, they actually even spoiled the Superman return in the trailers, but they recut it to make it seem like it was a dream sequence when it was actually the real scene. The real scene.
On which part?
When he asked her if she says yes or no.
In the trailers, they made it seem like she was waking up, she was having a dream, and she woke up, she was dreaming about Superman being in the cornfield, and then that was the actual scene with him in the cornfield in one of the trailers. Because you don't watch trailers, obviously. So yeah, in the trailers.
No, I know. Obviously, because then they cut a crap out. They're like, oh, we need to reshoot this.
Remember that one scene?
It sucks because they're probably going to lose up to $75 million after the reshoots, after the marketing, after all of this. So their net is going to be short. So unless even if they do really, really well, because they're doing good in international box office, yeah, pretty much.
In China,
they'll only get 30%. Warner Bros. Will only get 38% of the international dollars. So that's not. Plus domestic.
So okay.
All those
opening weekend
with the reshoots. Yeah. It's not going to make that.
Should have CGI'd out that mustache.
Yeah, should have left the mustache. I want to see Black Suit Superman. I don't know.
I thought we were going to get that.
I thought we were getting Black Suit Superman.
Yeah.
I don't care. I like it.
So let me just random question, because you're the man in the know with the numbers. Justice League. How to do this weekend?
It debuted at 94 million, which is the lowest in the DC.
And how did Thor do this weekend?
This weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, Thor was at number. It was number 4. It was pretty low.
But this is what already the third week.
Like fourth week, I think it was. Fourth.
Yeah.
The opening weekend for a part 3 in a franchise was 122 million, I think. For a part 3, this is technically a part 1. So yeah,
No,
that just goes to show. But
yeah.
oh well. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you think about Justice League. If you liked it, you didn't like it. Why did you like it? Why did you hate it? I liked it. I don't care what anybody says. I thought it was a good movie. I mean, look. I believe in story structure. I believe in plots and all that good stuff. Yes, I really do. Continuity is important to me. But I just wanted.
Where was the Suicide Squad in all this?
I just wanted to step up. I wanted to step up from BVS, and I got it. In my heart, I got it. I thought Ben Affleck was great as Batman, like always.
Actually, if I had to pick, I'd prefer BVS over this.
I would not. I would not. It was Batman v Superman for 8 minutes.
It was the build-up.
It was awful.
It was build-up.
Sorry.
It says Justice League. This was a buddy movie of like, hey guys, let's go. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, and then you saw heroes kick ass.
I will say some of the things I really liked were the Amazons. Good Lord, the Amazons.
Hey, well, tell us what you think about Justice League. For Terrence in the Back, I'm Manny.
I'm Art.
I'll see you next time.
And
today we're going to talk about Justice League.
It's called Big Holes.
Big holes, plot holes.
Plot holes.
A lot of plot holes. Oh my goodness.
And they're so big, they're gaping.
Jesus.
And this is why we will lose subscribers.